audible? Is my voice clear to all? Okay. Okay, thank you. So let me share my screen with all of you. Okay. All right. So Tenali has posted some questions here. In virtual network connected devices, I am seeing an additional number appended with my virtual name in the device field. Okay, connected devices, I have told that is basically the NIC. Okay, in connected devices, what you are seeing, Tenali, that is a NIC actually. If you click on that NIC, then you will see the virtual machine name. Okay. Yes, that is a NIC which will get created automatically, Tenali. This is the answer for your first question. Okay. That will create automatically when you are creating a virtual machine. A human being cannot be born without heart, without kidneys, without lungs, without eyes. These are all the organs of a human being when a baby borns. In the same way, when the virtual machine gets created, these are all the things that will get created. This I have told very clearly in the virtual machine classes. Okay, see the recordings, listen to the recordings. I have told very clearly, when you are creating a virtual machine along with the VM, many other things will also get created. Operating system, C drive disk, NIC, okay, network, NSG, subnet, VNet, etc. Okay. And what is your second question? Once connection is established, both the servers are able to access second server D drive from my first server through run CMD. Okay. But why it's not prompting credentials authentication pop-up? Okay, you are able to connect it and all. Okay, by default, it will not give you an authentication pop-up. You have to open the server on your own. Okay. Okay. Third VM issue. How many VMs you guys have deployed? 2, 3, 4, 10? How come Azure is allowing you guys to deploy these many VMs? Okay, 2 VMs you have deployed. Okay, fine. All right, guys. So today we have to start from types of protocols in cloud networking. Different protocols we are having. Pretty obvious that the different many protocols are there. To be honest, the famous ones I have taken here: transmission control protocol. Okay, TCP, IP, UDP. What is this one? TCP is a popular communication protocol which is used for communicating over a network. It divides any message into series of packets that are sent from source to destination, and there it gets reassembled at the destination. So whenever you are sending your data, okay, your data packets from one server to another server, then depends upon the network traffic, depends upon the nature of network traffic, it may split your data. Okay, and then finally whichever is your destination, it will just gather the data again and it will show in your destination server. It's all internal algorithms, guys. There is nothing for us to do here. Just here the theoretical points I'm trying to show is we are having some protocols. Using these protocols, we are doing a lot of internally many networking stuff is going to happen. Okay, user data gram protocol, post office protocol, simple mail transport protocol, okay, FTP, file transfer protocol, hypertext, open the websites. Okay, this is not safe. HTTPS, this is safe. I'm going to show this in the upcoming demos, how we are opening the services. Okay, for this this is one service. Okay, HTTP is one service. How I'm opening this service as a port, okay, in for Azure virtual machines that I'm going to show this telnet. So basically these are the basic level or basic protocols that we are using in networking. Just theoretical, guys, just theory here. Okay, so what I'm going to show now, I'm going to show the network security groups. Okay, in network security group, I'll show you the different services, okay, like RDP, what is this port number, what is this service, okay, and HTTP, HTTPS, SMTP kind of, I'll just show here, okay, in network security group. So what is network security group here? Network security group is, okay, telnet will check, Shiva Kumar, telnet is a service or a networking protocol which will tell you whatever the port openings that you have done from your source to destination, is it working fine or not, okay. That is talent basically. So now NSG is the service, okay, that we are having, or NSG is a way where we are implementing the security rules, okay, for our virtual machines. Okay, we are implementing the security rules for our virtual machine, where what we'll do here in NSG will tell our virtual machines, okay, in NSG, okay, I'm just telling in a very layman terms, guys, in NSG will tell our VMs, okay, whom they should talk, or allow, or whom they should not talk. Okay, fine. So we are basically implementing the security rules in NSG. In NSG, we are basically implementing the security rules and implementing the security rule, okay, and these rules will be of two types, okay. What is that? That is inbound port rule, and we are having next is outbound port rule. Outbound port rule, inbound port rule, and outbound port rule, okay. Inbound port rules is what, guys? Inbound port rule means traffic coming to your virtual machine, coming to your virtual machine, traffic coming to your virtual machine, okay. Whereas outbound port rule is something like, traffic going out of traffic going out from your virtual machine. Okay, inbound port rule is something like incoming traffic to your virtual machines. Something like incoming traffic for your VM, like incoming calls coming to your mobile, we call that as incoming calls. So traffic coming to your virtual machine, something like incoming traffic for your VM, traffic coming to your VM. I'll show practically, I'll show, okay. And outbound is what the name itself is telling, outgoing calls. Outgoing calls means what? Something, okay, like traffic going out from your VM. It is called what? Outgoing calls, kind of outgoing calls. Incoming port rules and outbound, inbound and outbound port rule. We call it as ingress. We call it as ingress, and this we call it as egress. Ingress and egress. Egress means outbound, ingress means inbound. Okay, you see here now, what I'll do, I'll deploy a virtual machine here, and this virtual machine, let me refresh it, okay. I'll create the first thing, that is the resource group, okay. Let me quickly create a resource group here, okay. Now see what I'm going to do. I'm going to create a virtual machine here, and in this virtual machine, okay, you guys might have noticed many times that when I'm deploying a virtual machine, I'm passing all these details now, right? I'm passing all these details, okay. So I'll just take this, okay, infrastructure, Okay, I'll say here the password should be something this one. Okay, fine. Now see, inbound ports. What is this inbound ports? If you see here this inbound ports, what is basic ports it is allowing us? RTP, HTTP, HTTPS and SSH. These are the services. RTP is one service. It has a particular port number that is 3389. This is one service. It has a particular port number that is 4443. Okay, this is a service. It has a port number 80. Like this, for every service, we have some dedicated port numbers. Now, when we are deploying a VM, always what you have noticed that we are selecting these ports to be open. Like this, we are selecting. But now what I'll do, I'll say none. I'm not allowing. I'm completely blocking the inbound traffic. What I'm doing here, blocking the inbound traffic. How? By saying it as none. If you are saying allow selected ports, then means what? It means that you are allowing. You are saying that incoming traffic for my VM, inbound, see inbound, inbound. What I have said inbound, I have said inbound as a incoming calls. What I have said incoming traffic to your virtual machine. So when I'm saying here none, it means that I'm blocking every single thing. Fine. Rest of the things I'm just leaving it to default as is. I'll go ahead and deploy a virtual machine. Okay. Let the VM gets deployed here. Okay. Click on create. Let the VM gets deployed here, guys. It's taking little time. Today Azure portal is little in off mode, I can say. Okay, for the previous batch also I was deploying some concepts. It was unnecessarily getting failed, though when everything is correct. Okay, so all right, the VM got deployed here. See my VM. Now, if you try to log into this VM, if you try to connect to this VM, see I'm saying here RDP. RDP, what is the port number for RDP? 3389. RDP is one of the services I'm having. And if I try to connect it, if I'm trying to log into this VM, it will get fail. It will get fail. Why it is getting fail? See now, well, if I say connect, now see, it is getting fail. It will throw me an error. Why it is getting error here? Who can tell me? Because we have blocked the complete inbound traffic. We have said none, right? See, remote desktop can't connect to the remote computer for one of the reasons. It is not allowing me to connect to the VM. Yes. Because I have blocked the complete inbound traffic. Complete inbound traffic I have blocked. That's why it is not allowing. So what I'll do now, I'll go to the resource group. And when you deploy a virtual machine, see, you have deployed only VM. But if you see, along with the VM, many things got deployed. IP address, NSG, network, NIC, OS disk, etc., etc. So these are all the organs of a VM. Okay, you cannot deploy a VM without these things. Definitely it is needed. Okay, fine. So this is the NSG. Go to NSG here. What we are learning now? We are learning NSG only, na? Network security group. So go to NSG here. And here we are having, see, inbound, outbound. That is what I have told here. See, inbound and outbound. So I can say here both I am having inbound and outbound. Now, if I am trying to make a connection to my VM, means it's an inbound for the VM. I am trying to make a connection. I'm trying to make a call to my virtual machine. So, and it is denying me. So what I'll do, I'll say an inbound and I'll say here add and I'll say here RDP. RDP. Take this RDP. What is the port number for RDP? 3389. Amazing. Okay, fine. Allow. You want to allow or deny. Two options you're having. I'll say allow. Priority, any number you can pass here, guys. Your choice. See, 100 to 4096. Any number you can pass. Your choice. I'm saying here 321. And I'll say here allowing RDP. I'll say here allowing RDP. Okay. Description, you can write a passage if you want. I don't want to waste the time. Okay, name is important. Give some meaningful, convenient name so that you can understand what is this is. Okay, fine, and then click on add. See, creating a security rule. What we are doing here, we are creating a security rule as an inbound. Yes, as it is already denied only Anil. But at the time of implementation of the service or a port number, it will give you an option, both allow and deny. Okay. That is the design of Azure Cloud Computing Platform for its services. Okay. See now, it is being allowed now. See, RDP is allowed. Okay. Now, if I go home, I'll go to the virtual machine. I'll say here VM. Okay. I'll say here connect RDP. Now what it is supposed to do, it is supposed to give me a login. It is supposed to give me a login to my virtual machine. Okay. Okay. So what I'll do, I'll just say here download RDP file, keep, I'll say here open file, connect. Now what is my expectation? It should allow me. Amazing, amazing. See, last time at this stage, we were getting an error. Now the error, it is not throwing us. Okay, it is allowing us to proceed further. I am giving here my VM name, my VM and password. What is the password we have passed at the time of VM creation? That password you have to remember. That is this password. Pass this password here and say, okay, now you are able to connect. You are able to connect to the virtual machine. How it is happening? Because you have allowed an inbound security rule in your NSG, okay, in your resource group. See, this is the resource group, this is your NSG. Okay, if you go to subnets here, What you can do, associate, okay, the default subnet. Okay, on this VNet, your VM is hosted. On this VNet, you are having this subnet. This subnet, your VM is connected to, and then say yes, simply okay. That's it. Now it will allow you to connect to your virtual machine, and then you are connecting to your VM. This is inbound. This is inbound. Okay. Same like we are having an outbound also. We are having an outbound as well. What is this outbound? Outbound means traffic going out from your virtual machine. Traffic going out from your virtual machine. Assume that now your VM, this one, what you have deployed is a SQL server. Just for an instance, assume that it is an SQL server. Now, after in SQL server, after the job has been completed, we'll run the jobs, right? In SQL, what we'll do, we will run the jobs. Okay, correct. SQL jobs will run. SQL jobs will run. And once the job is completed, okay, the server has to send an emails to all the team members. Guys, a very real time examples I'm telling. This will happen in my team. That is what I'm telling you. Okay. Server has to send an email to all the team members mentioning about the job status. Okay, mentioning about the job status. Okay, whether the job got succeeded or failed or running, whatever the status is after a particular period of time. Or else if the job is get succeeded, if it is taking 4 hours also, let it be, it has to send an email mentioning that the job has been succeeded, kind of. So now if this server is supposed to send an emails, then one service has to be opened here. And what is that service, guys? That service is a what a SMTP. SMTP is one of the services that we are having. If that service is open, then only the servers can send an emails. Else it is not possible. Right now, okay, if I go here to my resource group, if I go to the NSG here, network security group, if I go to the outbound, okay, server is sending an email. Means what? Server is making an request as an outbound. Server is sending something, server is doing something. If you are making a call, if you are doing a call, that is an outbound. In the same way, if server is sending an email, server is doing an email notifications to all, then obviously it's an outbound. That's why I'm going here an outbound security rule, and I'll say here add. Okay, I'll say here add, and I'll say here in services you are having plenty of services, guys. See, HTTP, HTTPS, SSH, RDP, MySQL, oh, plenty of things are there. See, many are there. I'll just say here SMTP. I'll say here SMTP services, and the port number for SMTP is 25. If you search in Google, you will get the same port number also. You will get the same port number only. Okay, SMTP port number. See, multiple are there. It is taking 25 as SMTP port number. Automatically this port number it has taken. Only we have selected the services here. Like this, we are having multiple services to open as an inbound, as an outbound. I have shown you one as an inbound for RTP. I am showing you one as an outbound for SMTP. Fine. This is the one. I am saying here allow. Priority number, any number you can pass, guys. See, it is showing you very clearly between 100 to 4096. If you want, you can pass it at 3001 also. You get a green check mark, it means it is allowed. Okay, saying here allow SMTP port. Allowing SMTP, okay, outbound port as an outbound. If you want, you can mention like this also. Click on add. That's it. Now see, the security rule is getting added to your server. Now if your server is an SQL server which is having SQL databases in it, running jobs, SQL jobs, then once you configure the email notification, then this server can send the emails to all your team members, whichever mails you are mentioning to so and so team, so and so members. This is what outbound. This is what outbound. So we are having two, that is inbound and outbound in our rules. Okay, this is the diagrammatical representation where you can block the ports like public network traffic, HTTP, HTTPS to your database server. Two subnets you can create. Okay, one subnet for database servers and one subnet for you know web servers. Okay, for 883 and 40, 443 and 80 you can block here, and 443 and 40 you can block here for database server. Means what you are saying, that direct network traffic people cannot connect to my DB server. Okay, and when it comes to the web server they can connect it. This is also one of the scenario and example for your NSG. Okay, is that clear, guys? This is the theoretical points. See, inbound port rules, outbound port rules. Okay, read all these points, guys. It will be helpful for you for your interviews. Okay, up to here, up to here. Fine. Next concept, we are having load balancers. We are having two types of load balancers. Okay, first we are doing the load balancing at IaaS services, and the other one we are doing at PaaS services. Okay, first one is we are doing at IaaS services, the other one we are doing at PaaS services. Okay, see, in interviews it is very commonly expected. In interviews it is very expected question that what is the basic difference between, okay, basic difference between, okay, LB and TMP. LB stands for load balancer and TMP stands for traffic manager profile. Okay, so it's there in your material now, guys. These topics are there or not in your material? Can anyone please let me know? Check in your material if it is there or not. Yes, no? If it is there, to what extent if it is? Hey, I want you guys to go ahead and just upload the material here. Khaja, can you do it for me? Just go to this link, okay, and download the material, upload the material here. Okay, this is the old copy I have removed. Okay, just 1 minute. Okay, I think Khaja is absent today or what? I think Khaja is absent today, or else he'll just message one of the other thing always. Khaja is there. I think he's busy. Seems Khaja is very busy today. Fine. Guys, can anyone please upload the material, what I have shared with you guys on this link? Quick, please. Just go to that link. And no, I think you cannot upload it. Okay, do one thing. Okay. What share? What I have to share? Guys, I have sent an email here, my email ID. Can anyone please send me the material on this mail ID, what you are having? Anyone, please? Once you have done, please do let me know. Is anyone sending? Acknowledge, guys. Please acknowledge. This is the basic things, basic ethics that you have to have. Yes, sir, we are sending. Give it us some time. Say something, yeah. In real-time projects, in real-time companies, silence means, people will get irritated like this. Sheikh, I think you cannot upload it because you have to make a login. Then only you can upload. Now 10 people will send me in an email now. Okay, someone has, okay, fine guys. So okay, so I'll just download this material now. Let me go ahead and I'll download this material copy. Okay, I'll just say delete these things. I will come here. I'll say download. Okay, I got it, guys. Thank you so much. Okay, so the next topics we are going to have this one. Let me see what is there in your material. Okay, let it get finished. Okay, Prakash. I believe you guys are reading this material. Okay, this material is not just for reference when you are attending the class. Okay, please read this material, guys. It's for your benefit. Okay, yes, we are having the concepts here. Good. Load balancer is also there, and implementation steps is there, and then complete theoretical information about load balancer. Then we are having load balancer is a very big topic actually. Traffic manager profile is also there. Okay, firewalls is also there. Okay, many topics are there. Fine. Okay, so now see guys what it is happening here. Yes, good Khaja. So now see here what I have told. The basic difference between load balancer and traffic manager profile is that it will do the load balancing. Okay, load balancer. See, load balancer will do the load balancing of network traffic in at server level. At server level. Whereas traffic manager profile will do the load balancing. Guys, please listen carefully. Very, very important points. Traffic manager profile will do the load balancing. Okay, at a web application level. Very, very much important question for interviews point of view. Very much expected also. Okay, TMP will do the load balancing at a web application level. First, we'll do this demo. This is going to be very, very big demo. Then we'll do this demo also. Okay, fine. So see now, when you are doing a load balancer implementation, there are many key points that you have to keep in mind. There are many key points that you have to keep in mind. What is that? See, if we want, okay, load balancer to do the load balancing between the servers, then okay, all the servers, okay, should be placed in one RG, one region, one network, and in one availability set. Very important for interviews point of view, guys. Okay, if you want load balancer to do the load balancing between multiple servers, okay, maybe two servers, three servers, 4, 5, 10, 15, 100, 200, 500, up to 1000 servers. Up to how much? 1000 servers. So one load balancer can do the load balancing up to 1000 servers. Not a joke. This is not a joke. Yes, that's very true. Okay. It can do the load balancing only if we are putting all the servers in one region, one network, in one availability set. Obviously in one RG. Okay. Fine. Maybe RG you can put it as different, but in standard practice, we'll go in one RG only. Remember, guys, I have seen many times in the interviews. Today, I'm going to give you the theoretical knowledge of load balancer. Okay, tomorrow I'll show you the practical implementation. I think so. I'm not sure because load balancer is a very big demo. It will not complete less than 30 minutes. Okay, fine. So remember here, one load balancer can do the load balancing up to 1000 servers, and we are adding VMs inside the load balancer, not a load balancer inside the VMs. Many times when I take the interviews, many times I have heard that freshers telling that they are adding load balancer inside the VM. Means they have not done the practicals. If they are saying that they have added load balancer inside the VMs, it means that they only know the theoretical knowledge. They have not done the labs. Always remember, we are adding VMs inside the load balancer, not the load balancer inside the VM. Okay. And next important key point. Okay. We can add the VMs inside the load balancer at any point of time, but with certain conditions, with a certain conditions. And what is that conditions? These conditions are these. And in this, one more important condition is that whatever the VMs that we are planning to add inside the load balancer, that VMs should not be having a public IP addresses. Public IP address should be none. Okay, public IP address should be none. For a VM, then only the load balancer can do the load balancing for that virtual machines. Okay, I'll just put it here number wise so that it will be easy for you guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Guys, take a photo in your mobile for these key points, or take a screenshot by using snippet and keep it for your reference. Anyhow, see, every detailed information about a load balancer I have mentioned here, no doubt. See, we are starting the concept of load balancer from here, right? Key points on Azure load balancer. Okay, so this is load balancer concept only. Okay, see how it is happening. Assume that this is your website, indigo.com, booking a flight tickets. So what is happening here? Multiple users are connecting to this website to book their flight tickets. Correct now? We are all users. Let us take Srinidhi is there, Syed is there, Tenali, Uttej, Prakash, Yogendra Sharma, Rupa, okay, Revant, Mohan. Oh my God. Many people will go here to indigo.com website to book their flight tickets. So let us take if six users, for an example, if six users are trying to make a request to book their flight tickets, out of this six users request, okay, the nature of network traffic is randomly it will go to server one or server two. It will not go in a balanced way. Six users are there, na? So it will not go in a balanced way that three users should go here, three users should go here. No. Randomly, it will go either most of the request to server one or most of the request to server two. So if let us take six users request is going to server one and only one user request is coming to server two, then what it is basically, injustice, incorrect. Correct na? If six users requests are there, two servers are dedicated for this web application to manage, then three should go here, three should go here. 100 are there, 50 should go here, 50 should go here. 2000 are there, 1000 should go here, 1000 should go here. 1 lakh is there, 50,000 should go here, 50,000 should go here. Equally, it should be equally balanced. But by default, the nature of network traffic, it randomly goes to any server. So for that reason, what we'll do, we'll put a load balancer in between. We'll put a load balancer in between and we'll say that, first the request will reach to load balancer. Load balancer will check which server is having the bandwidth, which server can take up the request, which server is serving the low level request. Load balancer will send the request to that particular server. Load balancer will send the request to that particular server. That is the concept. That is the purpose of having a load balancer. Is that clear, guys? This is the implementation steps of a load balancer. This is all the implementation steps of a load balancer. Step by step, we are going to do. Okay. For a load balancer. This is the theoretical points, complete theoretical points for a load balancer. From here, we are going to start. Okay. Azure load balancer. Okay. Key points on Azure load balancer. Many things I have given here. Okay. So these are the implementation steps. Okay. These are the key points again. Properties of a load balancer. Different types of load balancers we are having. Standard load balancer and basic load balancer. Basic load balancer no one will use, guys, in our real-time projects. Okay, we never use basic load balancer because this is not secured and this is having a very limited features and all. Okay, we'll use standard load balancer only. See what I have said? We can add up to 1000 servers in one load balancer. The same thing I have mentioned here. See, supports up to 1000 instances. It supports different protocols, TCP, HTTP, HTTPS, what we have read above. Any VM or VM scale set hosted in a single VNet and availability set can add to a load balancer. See, 99.9% SLA, service level agreement, that it is giving it to us. Okay, read all these theoretical points, guys. Read all these theoretical points. Okay, load balancing rule, backend pools. Backend pool is a feature and all. Okay, that I'll explain in tomorrow's class. Okay, up to here. Then we are having a next concept here called traffic manager profile. Traffic manager profile is also one type of load balancer only. Okay, if you come here, see, I have told here. Traffic manager profile is also one type of load balancer. It will do the load balancing at web application level. Means what? It is balancing the network traffic at web application level, and load balancer is balancing the network traffic at a server level. Okay, is that clear? Fine. So there are certain rules, certain things that you have to keep in mind, guys, when you are working for a load balancer. Okay, if you done a single mistake, then your load balancer demo won't be completed. Okay, I have told to my previous batches students many times that listen carefully, but when they do the labs, they will get lot of errors. That is really very good. You should get errors, then only you will learn. Okay. And I have to tell the same thing again in the next class, that you have to make the IP addresses as none. You have to keep the load VMs in an availability set. You have to deploy your VMs in one network. These all mistakes they will do, but still I'm great that they are at least doing the practice. Some students are such, they won't do even practice also. So, okay, I understand, I'm not blaming you guys. Okay, everyone is having a busy schedule, everyone is having a lot of things to do. Okay, but to be honest, do the practice whenever you are having a free time, at least after 1 month, after 2 months, by seeing the recordings. Okay. Big IP is what, Tenali? Big IP means what? We are having two versions of IPs, IP version 4, IP version 6. So you mean IP version 6 as big IP? Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. We are having Amazon.in, right? Not Amazon.com, no? For India. Okay. All right, guys. So I'll just stop the class here for today, because if I start the load balancer demo, okay, then I cannot complete it in 10-15 minutes, that I know very well. Okay, I'll just stop the class. And in tomorrow's class, I'll show you the load balancer concept, implementation. I'll go for the implementation of load balancer. Okay, fine. Okay. Yes, one thing, Tenali, here, when we are deploying a virtual machines, okay, so the point what you have told here also it applies the same thing. The load balancer IP will connect it to the virtual machines. Okay. Once the load balancer, once the VM, once the VMs will add into a load balancer, then the load balancer IP, okay, then the load balancer IP will get connected to the VMs. Then the load balancer IP will get connected to the Azure VMs. This I'm going to show in tomorrow's class. Okay. If it is not getting connected to Azure VMs, simply understand that you have done something wrong, because load balancer is the one who is going to control the virtual machines when it comes to the network traffic. Okay. Right. Fine. All right, guys, then. Okay, we'll close the class for today, because load balancer demo is very big. I cannot complete it in 10-15 minutes. No, not possible. I know that very well. So we'll take it up tomorrow. Today we have seen the theoretical knowledge. Okay, some rules. Okay, ground rules for a load balancer. We'll do the implementation tomorrow. Okay. All right, guys, then. Bye, everyone. Thank you so much for taking up the class. We'll connect again tomorrow and then proceed with the other concepts. Okay. Bye. Take care. Good day.